Hello, Java developers. Good evening. Welcome to Java Tech Guru. Let's learn Java together. Bani Java Kalyona. So I'm going to discuss a few Java interview questions from Collection API. Let's get started. So the most commonly asked interview question from Collection API is in the recent times. Find the common elements from two given list using Java 8. This is most commonly asked in most of the Java interviews, especially product-based companies. And we have to solve this using Java 8. Let me first simplify the question. The question is very simple. Let's say we have one list. Let's call it as list 1, which has elements like 10, 20, 30, 40. And we have one more list. Let's call this as list 2. And with elements 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. And what we need to do, I hope you can guess the answer. We need to find the common elements. How can we do that? We'll see that in the code, but the common elements between these two lists, the elements are 10, 20, 30, and 40. Let's call this as list 3. Now, this is the expected list. It should have common elements. Now, how to solve this? Let's get started with the code. Firstly, we need to import a couple of packages. Import java.util.arrays as list. This is to create a list. Import java.util.stream.collectors.toList. Yes. Now, first, let me show you how can we do this using Java 7. Then I would show Java 8. So first, let me create one list, array list with elements 10, 20, 30, 40. Let's call this as list 1. List 1. And I need another list. Let me create and call it as list 2. And the list 2 will have 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. So as per our example. Now, two lists are ready. How can we find the common elements using Java 7? It's very simple. List 1 dot. There is a special function called retain all, which would retain all the common elements between two lists. If I print list 1, we would see the expected output. The common elements between these two lists are 10, 20, 30, 40. But this is not the answer an interview is expecting. The question is we need to solve this problem using Java 8. So how can we do that? It's very simple. Let me comment these two lines. We have to use Stream API for that. What is Stream API? So it is a API which is added from Java 8, mainly used for processing collection of objects. So there is a method called stream. I'm going to use filter method, element, and I would pass list2.contents of element, and then we would collect the result to another list. That's all. It's done. And finally, I'm going to collect the result in list 3, which will have common elements between list 1 and list 2. That's all. So if I print out list 3, we would see the expected output. Maybe I would concatenate here. Common element. If I run the program, you will be able to see 10, 20, 30, 40. The same output, whatever we got earlier with retain all function. But this is using Java 8 feature. To be precise, Stream API we are using to process collection of objects. And what we are trying to do here is very simple. We are using filter method and we are filtering the elements based upon the condition. The condition is very simple. This is the condition. I think the condition is self-explanatory. Let me also explain. What we are doing is we are checking the element of list 1, whether it contains in list 2 or not. If the element from list 1, whether it contains in list 2 or not. If it is present, we are going to collect that element to a list and store it in this list 3. That's all. That is what we are trying to do. I hope it is clear. And if you are not comfortable with Stream API, or if you are not having proper knowledge on Stream API, then probably you can read online. The best documentation would be, Oracle documentation. You can read what is Stream API. It is a very huge topic. I would not be able to explain here. You can read online. You can go to Oracle documentation. There are enough examples. There is a great explanation as well. And before learning Stream API, there is a precondition. You need to know two things from Java 8. That is, lambda expression you should know Lambda expression properly. Before understanding Stream API, you should know Lambda expression, and also you should know Stream API. Only then you'll be able to understand what is Stream API and how to use. And companies like Amazon, Myntra, Flipkart, most of the product-based companies are using Stream API. The reason is simple. The Stream API is used to process huge amount of data. So companies like Amazon, Flipkart, they deal with huge amount of data. It has to be processed fast, and for that, Stream API is best choice. The Stream API enables functional programming. Also, it would improve the efficiency of the code. That is why most of the companies are using Stream API. It is processed very fast when compared to the traditional approaches. That is why most of the companies are using Stream API. And in the Java interviews, the hot favorite interview question from Collection API is this one: finding the common elements using Java 8. So like this, there are so many other questions I would be discussing in the next videos. That's all for today. Thank you. Keep learning, keep coding, keep updating your Java knowledge. Thank you.